But upon driving over here from the White House, I actually learned that I have been sued by the Associated Press.
Oh, and speaking of the Associated Press, the media. The media's days of pretending they are holier than thou are over.
Yes, I don't know who advised them to do this. The AP sued White House Press Secretary and other Trump officials. This is going viral on social media. It is important I show you some videos. She sat down in an interview where she responded to these people. Even Megyn Kelly went off on them. It is important I show you all the videos, but before I do, first take a look at these.
Oh, and speaking of the Associated Press, the media. The media's days of pretending they are holier than thou are over. President Trump kicked them out, not of the White House, not of the White House press briefing room, but kicked them out of the Oval and out of the Air Force One seat they had because they refused to call it Gulf of America. Now, this is interesting because AP is an American company. They say we have to do it because we report in international countries. Like the people of Ghana are going to be upset if you start reporting on it as, folks in Somalia are really going to get upset. You're an American company. You're incorporated here. You're headquartered in New York. This is a stick in the eye of the president and nothing more. It's obvious. Trump knows it and so do we. And the thing about the AP is they love word changes, name changes. They live for this crap. Just as soon as they were told they have to call girls who transition to boys, they did it. Boys who transition to girls, they did it. They went with the pronouns, the whole thing. You can't even read an AP story about some. Now there's no more somebody born male or somebody born female. It's assigned male at birth, assigned female at birth, like it was a sin committed by the doctor, and it still is very ambiguous. They love that name change. They did it right away. Illegal immigrants, we don't have those anymore if you read the AP. They got rid of that term. It's too offensive. Now you have to say undocumented immigrant. What does that mean? An illegal immigrant makes sense to everybody. Now you're undocumented, that's what. They got rid of the term crisis at the southern border when Joe Biden was president. Could no longer say crisis. As soon as the numbers hit 100,000 a month, the word crisis kept appearing. Not in the AP, we don't do that. That's not okay. Even though Jay Johnson, Obama's Homeland Security Secretary, said it's a crisis if you have 30,000 in a month. This time under Biden, it was 100,000. AP gets rid of the word crisis and didn't bring it back even when we had 300,000 crossing a month. Forgot that word. They won't say terrorist when they're talking about Islamic terrorists. All of these word changes they're totally in favor of, but Gulf of America is a bridge too far.
Let's talk about the Gulf of America. Okay. So, okay, tell me what happened with the...
Yes, the media days are over. White House Press Secretary gave an interview at the 2025 Conservative Political Action Conference in Washington, D.C. on Friday. Leavitt spoke about working for President Trump, the administration accomplishment in its first month, becoming a mother, and her journey as a politician. I don't know if you knew what is going on. White House Press Secretary was asked about a lawsuit filed by Associated Press against her and other Trump administration officials over being barred from events due to refusal to use Gulf of America instead of Gulf of Mexico. I don't know what is difficult with this. They decided to continue inside the White House after Trump declared that, as from today, this we call Gulf of America. They refused to do that. They went ahead to sue White House officials. It is important we take an exclusive look into what is going on exactly. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm if you share the video.
Can we talk about the Associated Press?
Sure, I'd love to.
Is it censorship to tell them they can't go into the Oval or on Air Force One?
Their argument that this administration is not standing up for the First Amendment is preposterous. You have a president of the United States who, within hours of taking the oath of office, welcomed journalists into the most intimate corner of the American presidency, the Oval Office, to ask him questions for more than an hour on every topic under the sun. He has done that on a near daily basis, and when he's not doing that because he's too busy with meetings, even though he'd love to do it every day, I, as his press secretary, am out there. We have administration officials going to the cameras every single day. They are hearing from this White House and this admin. Their transparency is off the charts. And the Associated Press still has their White House credentials. They still have a seat in the press briefing room. They are still welcome to cover this administration. But nobody has a right to enter the Oval Office. It is a privilege to cover the United States. And I said it in my first briefing. We are going to hold people accountable that push lies. And the president believes deeply that American news outlets should be reporting the truth about the Gulf of America. And that's not all with the Associated Press's style book.
No. Oh, no.
I mean,
don't get me started.
They don't even want to call women mothers. They want to call us birthing people. You know, they removed her style book for some very odd reason. I have a whole list. It's actually in my purse. I carry it around with me as a souvenir
everywhere
of all of the crazy things in the AP style book. So look, they are welcome to cover this White House. And there are hundreds of outlets on that campus who show up every day in good faith to cover this administration with accuracy and truthfulness that don't have the privilege of being in the Oval Office every single day because they're not the AP. Well, guess what? We're going to start giving those media outlets a seat at the table. They deserve to be in front of the Resolute desk asking the President of the United States questions. What gives the AP greater privilege than?
No, nothing should.
Nothing.
If they would behave the way they behaved 50 years ago, maybe they would still have their seat.
And
but if you look at what's happened to them over the past 10 years, it's been complete leftist radical capture.
Let's talk about the Gulf of America. Okay, so okay, tell me what happened with the AP. Give me what's going on here.
So
it's just us, right? It's just us. Okay.
Well, I really would love to answer this question, but upon driving over here from the White House, I actually learned that I have been sued by the Associated Press.
Oh, that means, okay, we cannot. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, personally?
We'll see them in court.
Wait a second. Personally?
Yes. Yes.
See, this is what these people do. It's called lawfare. You can't say it. I'll say it. It's called lawfare, people. That means I'll probably get sued in the next 30 minutes or so. Okay, keep going.
So I wanted to get the White House counsel on the phone before taking this stage to see what I can and cannot say.
You really can't say anything.
But look, we feel we are in the right in this position, and I said in my first briefing at the podium, we are going to ensure that truth and accuracy is present at that White House every single day. And one of the changes that we made, President Trump ran a non-traditional media strategy on the campaign trail, and he owned it. And he did podcasts, the Theo Von podcast, the Joe Rogan podcast. He went places that no other politician has ever wanted to go, and it helped him earn votes. It helped him earn support, and we wanted to continue that approach with the White House. So we've added the new media seat in the White House briefing room.
You can clearly see how the media manipulate people. AP thinks they are above the law. This is something everyone is respecting. It has been changed from Google. If you Google search, you will not see Gulf of Mexico again. So who is AP to take down on this? When I watch all bit of what is going on, at a certain point, I don't want to even respond to some of these videos because the mainstream media is known for this. They want to create a problem out of nowhere. This is something they could have respected, and we will not be seeing things like lawsuits. Thank you guys for always being there sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. If you notice, I put clips after this video. That is for algorithm. You can stop here.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't know how many sets you visited, but everybody was like, you know, and then, you know, you get, well, the closer you get to the actual set where the shooting is, and then that red zone.
And he did this little dance, like, I've been talking with these, you know, with the governor of Hawaii about what to do. We've got some ideas, or speculate. We're going to have some meetings. Like, he's doing
really?
This. Oh, show it to him, Jamie. It's so creepy.
Around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward.
Never in California questioned whether or not we as taxpayers in the largest state in the union should support the people of Louisiana at a time of emergency and need. We never condition it.
These people don't actually care. They're not actually trying to find a solution.
If you don't know, Karen Bass is a goner. She's gone. There's no chance of re-election.
The city will only purchase from vendors that support DEI, said the.
I remember when we had a fire when Trump was president, and he came in and he said, "You don't rake. You're not raking." And we all did jokes about it.
Everybody in policy.
The city of the Pacific Palisades is burning, and I flew here last night. I was on a plane.
You getting water to areas that need.
He's been trained.
Yeah, and then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel.
The Democratic Party has about everything.
The next department that appears to be on the chopping block is the Department of Education. Just earlier today,
tyranny is rising in the White House.
You are a slave.